Hi, I'm Heather Neds, and I wanted to talk about some of the practical things that we could do to help us build our faith. There are a lot of different resources out there. Yes, of course, there is our handy dandy Bible. This is my Bible that I use and reflect on and use to look up all of my scriptures. I could also look up scripture on the internet. I can go and I can Google different scripture passages. If there's a specific passage that's in my head, some of the words that I recall and I can't remember exactly where to find it, I can type that into the Google search bar and then it'll come back to me and let me know where to find it in my Bible. So that's a pretty handy thing. Some of the other reflection things that I use on a fairly regular basis. There's a really popular one, Jesus Calling. This is by Sarah Young, and she has a daily reflection for each day. I've also found that I've enjoyed reading different books on faith. I have one of my favorites is Robert Wicks. He is a popular writer. He really writes about the spiritual side of developing our spiritual life, and I've enjoyed reading all of his books. I've got about 6 of them on my bookshelf, and they're good to just reflect on, to give you some pause, things to think about. There are a couple other authors that I've read that have been really inspirational. Christine Caine is a pretty popular Christian speaker. Max Lucado, of course, is a popular Christian writer. They just talk about their personal experiences, bring God into our regular daily lives. One of the theologians that I've found to be a really good mentor for me is a professor out of Toledo, and he is Richard Gallardes, and he has written several books. I've seen him in person speak at different conferences, and it's always inspirational to hear his views, and he puts things into a theological context, but he doesn't speak in 15-syllable words, so then it makes it a lot more relatable. And so those are some of my favorites. I also have apps on my phone. I have a Bible app. I have a prayer app that I can go to when I'm kind of waiting in line or waiting at the doctor's office. I can say a prayer, spend some time reflecting. Joyce Meyers is a really popular one. I've really enjoyed all of her work, and both her words is in written, that she's written books or on TV, or she also has an app where you can watch her live in some of her big conferences that she would do. And it's just, you can find scripture anywhere. You can find time to pray anytime. You just need to make sure that you have the tools set up and the ability to be able to have it set up to where you can just reach it and grab it and go. It's really helpful, I think, to have a couple of books sitting by your bedside, have some apps on your phone. My husband carries his daily Jesus Calling in his car, so that it's just right there handy whenever he has to spend a little time waiting, either to pick something up or whatever. He'll just grab his Bible or his prayer book, and he'll say a couple prayers, spend some time with Jesus. And I just wanted to let you guys know that there's tools out there. There are people on social media that you can follow. There's different spiritual gurus, I guess, or prophets of today's realm that you can follow. They have different actions that you can do. I know, for as far as I'm concerned, my favorite, of course, would be Making Scripture Relevant, because that's the one that I manage. And I put out daily reflections and thoughts about faith and prayers and different things that people can spend some time reading and get connected to God in that way. So just wanted to throw that out there, let you know that there are things that you can be doing on a regular basis to make prayer a little more woven into your life, so that it's not just, oh, I have to pray at this time or I have to pray at that time, but it opens it up to allow your faith to be expressed in multiple different ways. So, all right, get out there and get praying. God's waiting.